Welcome back, Daily Hunters. It's Sunday, March 29th, 2026, and you're with Ethan and Brooke on the Daily Hunt, where we usually track down those exciting new opportunities flagged by our AI.
That's right, Ethan. But today is a little different, isn't it? We're taking a slightly different approach for this review special. Yesterday was, well, a bit quiet on the AI front. No standout fresh stock opportunities were identified, which gives us a fantastic chance to look back instead.
Exactly. So instead of new hunts, we're diving into the performance of stocks we discussed from March 16th to March 20th. It's a great opportunity to see how those initial AI-generated insights played out. All right, let's jump right into the highlights, because even in a mixed bag, there's always something to get excited about. Looking at our picks from that week, one really stands out for its quick surge. Nebius Group NV, ticker NBIS, which we flagged as a speculative gamble on March 17th, truly delivered some immediate upside potential.
It did, Ethan, for a brief moment.
Brooke, look at this. From its first mention at $115.29, it shot up to $122.18, a nearly 6% gain plus 5.98% in just one day. That's the kind of rapid movement that, really gets the growth investors' heart racing. The AI certainly picked up on something there, even if it was short-lived. That's a strong signal of early momentum.
It certainly shows strong initial momentum, but we also have to look at the other side of that coin, don't we? While NBIS gave that quick pop, its closing price yesterday was actually down over 12% from its first mention. And for a more sobering look, Micron Technology, MU, which was tagged as a cautious buy on March 16th, actually saw the biggest decline by yesterday's close.
Oof, yeah, MU, that's a tough one.
It certainly is. It started at $446.27, did manage a brief peak of around 5% over 2 days, but then, it closed yesterday at $357.30. That's a nearly 20% drop, minus 19.94% from its initial mention price. This really underscores why managing risk is crucial. Even with an AI tag like cautious buy, the market can shift dramatically. The initial optimal return can be very misleading if you don't consider the full trajectory and volatility. It's a clear reminder that cautious doesn't mean risk-free. All right, let's quickly run through the rest of the list for that week. Starting with Hims & Hers Health, HIMS. Initially a speculative gamble at $23.78, it saw a nice bump of over 5% on day one, but ultimately closed yesterday down over 18% at $19.39. Another example of swift but fleeting upside. Next up, Meta Platforms, Meta. Mentioned on March 17th as a buy at $630.05. It didn't see any immediate upward movement and closed yesterday significantly lower at $525.71, a drop of over 16%. That's a steeper decline than the general market indices during that period. Then NVIDIA Corporation, NVDA, also a buy on March 17th at $183.09. Similar to Meta, it didn't show any immediate gains and closed yesterday down over 8.5% at $167.46. While less severe than some, it still moved against the initial speculative analysis. SanDisk Corporation, SNDK, a speculative gamble for March 19th, started at $744.46, peaked nearly 4% on the same day, but ended up closing yesterday at $615.68, down over 17%. Quick gains, but also quick declines. Dollar General, DG, another buy on March 19th at $125.25. It had a modest peak of under 1% and finished yesterday at $117.13, a little over a 6% decline. It held up better than some, but still in the red. And finally, Cheniere Energy, LNG, a buy on March 19th. This one started at $296.54 and actually saw a slight gain by yesterday's close, up 0.12% to $296.89, with a very modest peak. In a week where many stocks saw significant drops, staying essentially flat or even slightly positive is a testament to its stability. Looks like the energy sector showed some resilience there, Brooke. It appears so, Ethan, a rare green spot in what was a challenging week for many of our past speculative analyses. So to sum it all up, it's been a fascinating look back at these picks. We saw some incredible, albeit brief, upside potential with companies like NBIS, showcasing how quickly some stocks can react to initial interest. But we also saw significant downside risks, like with Micron Technology and others, really highlighting the volatile nature of the market, especially when we consider the broader market indices like the Dow Jones, S&P 500, and NASDAQ, all showing declines during this period. It reminds us that even AI-generated insights need careful scrutiny. Absolutely. And that brings us to our all-important disclaimer. The AI-generated insights and market commentary we've shared today are based purely on historical data and past performance. This information should not be taken as indicative of future results, nor does it guarantee future returns. The artificial intelligence models we use are advanced, but they can make mistakes, and market conditions are always subject to change. Therefore, it is crucial that you, our listeners, always conduct your own thorough research and, if necessary, consult with a licensed financial advisor before making any investment decisions. Our speculative analysis is for informational purposes only. Thanks for joining us for this special review episode of The Daily Hunt. We'll be back with you next time with more fresh AI-generated insights and market commentary. Until then, stay diligent and manage that risk.